Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to welcome you to our Health and Hope evening. While people are jumping on, put in the chat where you're coming from. I love seeing all the different states across the country. I'm originally from Virginia, but I reside in Oregon. I've been here almost 10 years exactly. So we've got people from coast to coast tonight. Tampa, Florida, welcome. Okay. Okay, so we'll get this party started. I am so incredibly honored and excited to be your host for the next 30 minutes, along with my friend and fellow health coach, Sherry Nicholson. You'll get to hear her story at the end of our call tonight. So I want to say somebody thought a lot of you to invite you here to join us tonight. And after our time together, be sure to get back with the person who invited you to discuss your next steps and or give feedback, as we're always wanting to better serve mankind with our mission. What you can expect from the next 30 minutes is a brief overview of what makes us so unique as an optimal health community. And you're going to hear stories from other people who are working towards optimal health, their journey, and their success along the way. Okay, so who are we, you might be asking? What is this all about? So we are Optavia, which is a growing community of people who are ready to take personal responsibility for their optimal health. Okay, now I've probably really confused everybody. So you may ask, what exactly does that mean? Well, we believe that optimal health is a sweet spot between a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. We also believe that health does not come in a pill or a package or any kind of container. It comes in our daily choices. So what we do is we help people change their habits one at a time so we can create lifelong transformation. Now, when it comes to your health, how are you doing? In terms of healthy mind, if you were to rate your healthy mind on a scale of 1 to 10, what number would you give it? Do you have a sense of purpose and meaning in what you're spending your time doing? This means you have the freedom to do the things that are important to you, whether that's community service, spend time with people that matter the most to you. And then how are you doing in terms of healthy body? How would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you happy with your current weight, your current size? If you were to ask your body to do something, would it do it? Would it say yes? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your healthy finances? Do you feel like you have the ability to meet your needs and the demands or responsibilities that you have? Do you have the resources to create memories? Okay, so the majority of people that we attract are the ones that are wanting to work first on their healthy body. Then they soon find out that other areas will be quick to follow if optimal health is their desire. First, we make life a little bit easier because most of us know what we should be doing, right, to be healthier. I would love for you to type into the chat some of the things that you know that you should be doing. We know what to do, but we don't always do what we know. So we offer people tools to make the process of doing what you know a little bit easier, because if it's easy enough, then you'll do it. And if you do it consistently enough, then you'll see results and you'll develop healthy habits. So a tool is like an instrument, right? Just things that make life easier, such as a hammer. Can you imagine trying to nail a nail into the wall without a hammer? You could do it, but it's probably going to be harder and it's going to take you a lot longer, not to mention a lot more frustrating. So these are the resources and tools that we use in our program. The first tool is accountability. You get a one-to-one personal coach that guides you and helps you clarify what it is that you want to do. Your coach will create a plan with you and they will remind you of what it is that you've been wanting, sometimes when life distracts you. I call this the power of saving face. And I got to tell you, this is an incredibly powerful tool, especially for me in my journey. Second tool is education. We have our Habits of Health system that addresses all of this in forms of sleep, stress management, nutrition, activity, and it comes in the format of a book and a workbook. And for those that would rather listen, we have the book in podcast and YouTube form. Also, every week we have our Habits of Health community call where you can tune in real time with thousands of other people making their health a priority. What this system is designed to do is to empower you to become the expert in your own health. Next is the sense of community. Since we are in the business of helping people retrain their habits, develop a new way of living, it's important that we understand what influences human behavior. And nothing influences human behavior more than human behavior. The people that we surround ourselves with, they determine our outcome. We leverage the power of peer pressure in your favor by plugging you in with an incredible community of support. I like to call it vitamin C. Vitamin C is a booster right to our immunity when we come in contact with disease and infections. Well, community is our vitamin C. It boosts our immunity against discouragement and complacency. So this is the third tool, vitamin C. And our fourth tool is the simplicity factor when it comes to healthy eating, because the truth of the matter is people become overwhelmed when they think of how complicated it may seem to be healthy. I don't know if our audience knows this or not, but healthy eating looks like 5 to 6 small frequent meals a day, protein to carb balanced. And when you begin to think of how you're supposed to plan those 5 to 6 meals a day, it overwhelms people to the point where they become paralyzed. So we make the whole process simple by utilizing another tool called fuelings. They are scientifically formulated to make sure that you're getting the adequate nutrition no matter what stage of your health journey you're in. And then there's a bonus tool, the fifth tool. This tool is where you're using the system to help somebody else as their coach. When you help someone else on their journey, what that does is it reinforces your own commitment to be healthy. I heard someone say once, you only keep what you give away. We package this in a beautiful way with a bow on top, just like a Christmas present that you can give away. You'll be hearing from some people tonight that did give this away to others and how it has impacted their own health. As incredibly rewarding as it is to give this gift away, let me tell you what, it's fun and there's some compensation involved, and not just in the terms of cash, but also in the currency of feel good or goodwill. Both of these create a very fulfilling life, and it gives you the opportunity to leave a legacy. So why would you want to partner with Optavia? Well, our parent company has been the leader in health and wellness for over 40 years. We've been ranked as one of the most trustworthy companies in Forbes for several years. We've also been counted as the fastest growing company now for several years. So Optavia's track record speaks for itself. Now tonight, I'm very excited to introduce to you our first speaker, Jolene. She is going to share how this program has not only impacted her life, but the people around her that she loves the most. So thanks for joining us tonight, Jolene. Come off mute and please share your story.
Okay. There we go. I'm sorry about the puppies are barking. They're like, why are you talking, Mom? Anyhow, so I'm Jolene, and I have, so my story is that, like most people in the pandemic, I gained weight being at home. Only this time I've gained 100 pounds in only 2.5 years, which is a lot, but I've always been big my whole life. So my average weight normally was around 250, 300, probably for, as long as I can remember in my adult life. And I always just accepted it. That's just the way it was. And I felt actually pretty good about myself. And it was fine. But then when I gained the 100 pounds so fast, I just felt awful. I had pain. I had no energy. I actually, my self, image to myself was getting down. Like I was like, oh, how could I let this happen to myself? But then I was like, well, it's just my new part of life. This is just the way it's going to have to be. It's always been this way. And I was like, okay, just the way it is. But then I ended up seeing my longtime friend and coworker in the hallway at work. And I hardly even recognized her. I was like, is that you, Kim? And she's like, oh yeah, it's me. And I was like, oh my gosh, because like we ended up working in different hospitals now. So it was like amazing that we saw each other. And I hadn't seen her since my 40th birthday party. So it was like 3 years went by. And she told me about Optavia and was like, this is what I did. I had all these people that did it and around me, and I was wondering what they did, and they told me, so I tried it, and now this is the result that I had. And so got the information and took it back, looked the program up, had a meeting with Kim and everything. And I was like, you know what? What's 30 days gonna do? Yeah, I'll try it for 30 days. Thinking, I'll try it. It probably ain't gonna work. Nothing ever works. Yeah, 30 days, 30 pounds gone. So much energy, so much like hope, like, oh, this can actually work. So I was like, well, you know, we'll give it another 30 days. 30 days went by, another 20 pounds gone, more energy, more zest for life out of nowhere, you know, so much happiness came from that. I went and I was doing more stuff around the house. I was being a more active mother, more active at work. I mean, it's like my whole life changed. So I was like, you know, do another 30 days. What do we have to lose, right? More weight, better life. So again, another 30 pounds or another 20 pounds gone then. And this is our big thing, is that my husband and I went, had a mini vacation out in Hocking Hills, Ohio. Beautiful place to hike. We hiked all the time when we first got together. It was a thing that we did, but obviously we weren't doing that anymore due to our health and everything. And we were just like sitting at home doing nothing. But yeah, we went out and we hiked. Like, I was like, are we really doing a mini vacation to go hike? And just 3 months after being on this program, we're going hiking, and we hiked like miles and miles, which was just amazing to me. And so then now I'm up to 4th month, just closed. I started to be the 17th is my 4-month anniversary for this program. So just last week, and I'm down a total of 85 pounds now, a total of 8 sizes. I went from a size 32 pants down to a 24, which I know is still on the plus size girls, but you know, still that's a huge change for me. The biggest thing I've noticed health-wise is that my resting heart rate was in the 100s only at the beginning of this, which is very unhealthy. I'm a nurse. I know that. My resting heart rate now is in the 60s. My blood work, originally I had high cholesterol. I was a pre-diabetic. My blood work now is perfect. My PCP is just like amazed by all this. She's like, I can't believe this has all happened. And so I'm hoping within this month, I'm going to hit my 100-pound goal of losing 100 pounds. Which will be amazing. And one of the things I'm doing to keep positive and to keep, you know, not only am I committed now, obviously I'm committed for life now for this whole journey. It's not another 30 days anymore, you know, because obviously it's working. It proves, you know, proofs in the pudding, as they say. And, but yeah, so we have a big trip planned for our anniversary in February. We are planning to go to Vegas. And that's the first time we've ever gone. Plus, I haven't been on an airplane since back whenever my kids were little and we went to Disney World. Hence the fact, like, because I was too nervous to be on an airplane, but now I'm not. So we're going out there, and we have planned to go on a helicopter ride to the Grand Canyon, and the weight limit's 300 pounds. But you know what? And I would never thought about doing it before, but now I am, because I know I'll meet that goal with no problem and be able to do something I never thought in my life that I would ever be able to do. So all I have to say is I'm so thankful for that moment with Kim in the hallway, and for all of you guys, with Charlotte and Sherry, that's always, you know, have been there if I had questions or anything like that. And that's my story.
Gosh, Jolene, thank you so much. Obviously, you've gotten a new lease on life.
Yes.
We appreciate you sharing. Wow. Okay, everybody, next up, I get the privilege of introducing and welcoming Cassie. Cassie and I have attended a church several years back. I grew up admiring Cassie and following her journey, and she was someone I knew I'd love to partner with one day, and that day came this year. So Cassie, if you don't mind coming off mute and share your story with us.
Sure, sure. Some of you have heard part of my story before. I've shared once before, but if you can see the pictures, the one in the center, far to the right, I was pushing 300 pounds, and that was about 20 years ago, and ended up having gastric bypass. The picture in the middle is when I started my journey with Optavia in July. And I'm not going to get too much into all of that business. 33 pounds down, 35 inches in 21 weeks. So obviously it's a success. But what I want to talk about is why I started. You know, I had all the knowledge from when I had the gastric bypass, because it was way back then. It's not like getting a gastric sleeve now. You can just go in and get it. It's like a chop shop. And I have been in on those surgeries. I used to work in the OR. And I retired to take care of my grandkids, which is the picture from Thanksgiving here with my 3 grandkids. But the reason why I wanted to get healthy in the beginning was for them. I wanted to be around for them. I wanted to have the energy that I needed to have to be with them. Because like I said, I retired from the OR to take care of them most days of the week. And so when I reached my somewhat goal of losing all that weight, I struggled. Charlotte and I discussed many times, why am I continuing on? What is it? What is it? You know, when you meet the goal of getting your numbers down and you know the program and you want to just say, okay, well, why do I have to eat your food? Why do I have to do what, you know, you say, kind of thing? And it took some of the heart work. You know, Charlotte had said, you know all the stuff. Why are you, what's stopping you? What is this about? And I had, I really have been over all of the book and everything. And so I had to come up with, what is my new why? And I know a lot of you who are out there that are new to this, the why is kind of strange, I know, but my new why, I had to go from my head to my heart and really dig deep and say, why was I the size that I was, almost 300 pounds? And what was I feeling, and what did I not want to feel again? And so Charlotte and I discussed things, and I revealed to her that, yeah, I don't want some person at WHO telling me what size I need to be, but I know that I need to lose another 20 pounds to be the healthiest I can be. But I also know that my heart is telling me that I don't ever, and I might tear up, I don't ever want to have the feelings of when I was a young girl and was overweight, the feelings that I felt when people called me the fat one, or the ridicule, or the whatever. I don't want to have those hurt feelings ever again. It's a miserable life. Why would I want to subject myself to that? And we all are here doing it to ourselves, because we have the power to change. You just have to figure out how you're going to work out your why, how you're going to move on from the hurts that you had in your past. Use them to fuel your motivation to say, I will never be that person again. No one will ever be able to make me feel that way again. This is about me now, and I'm going to take charge of that. So I encourage all of you to continue on your why. Keep changing it. In January, because right now I'm doing the 3 and 3. In January, I'm going to jump back on the 5 and 1, and hopefully by February I'll be in a better place again.
Wow. Cassie, thank you so much for being so vulnerable with us and sharing your heart. I just also want to highlight you are a leading example for those grandkids. I mean, look at the picture of you in that velvet dress on the right, your grandson's staring at you, watching your every move, how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you feel your body. Congratulations on changing the next generation. Okay, next up we have Shannon. Oh, Shannon, will you please come off mute and share a little bit about your story?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Got me? Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. I started my health journey with Optavia in October of 2020. I have lost 110 pounds in about 15 months. I did transition this past February, so I am, currently just working towards optimal health. And so my friend and now health coach Sherry Nicholson reached out to me in August and wanted to talk to me about this program that she was on and how successful she had been in only a few short months. And I was interested and curious, of course. I had a lot going on. I have two twin boys. They were just graduating high school. We were in the middle of the pandemic. I was trying to plan a graduation party, get them ready for college, all of that. And just trying to figure out what I was going to do once they went off to college, kind of taking care of them all the time, taking care of my family. And I just kind of wanted to see what was going to happen. So I just kind of didn't say no. I just said not yet. I wasn't ready. So fast forward a couple months later, I did reach back out to Sherry and said, I really wanted to get healthy, just kind of get in optimal health and work towards my best self. And so I did. And by March of the following year, I did had lost 70 pounds, which I thought was amazing. Like everyone said, just feeling awesome, more energy, just really, kind of getting into everything, starting to walk, and just feeling really good about everything. And I wasn't really a dieter to begin with. So Optavia, like I said, I wasn't sure about it. I guess like sort of like everyone else. Kind of curious. And then, like I said, once I started losing the weight, was really, really on board with it. And really happy with my results and really changed my mindset. Really dove into my book, my life book and everything. So so I'm really happy right now, just, working towards optimal health, working out at the gym every morning, working on building muscle and strength training and all of that. So I'm just working towards that. I'm a work in progress, still just chugging along. So, but I am very thankful and grateful for all of the community and for all the support and my journey.
Wow, Shannon, thank you. And, I love what you said. We're all a work in progress. None of us have arrived. There's no such thing as maintenance. You're continuing to optimize your health, take your health to the next level, exercise, push your body a little further. And congratulations on not keeping 100 and some pounds off for so long. That's amazing. Very cool. All right. Our last speaker tonight is a dear friend of mine, Sherry Nicholson. She's going to be sharing her story of transformation and in a different way. I'm excited to hear your story, Sherry. Go for it.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to be here and to be sharing, and I'm just so thankful for the other people that chose to be vulnerable and share their story so that they could inspire others. So like Charlotte said, mine's a little different. What I did was I took a tip from a leader at a recent summit that we had, where she encouraged us to write a letter to ourselves before we started Optavia. So I wrote this letter to myself in June of 2019, which is right before I started program June 18th of 2019. So I'm just going to read it to you. Dear Sherry, you grew up with a false image of yourself. The physical, mental, and emotional abuse your father took out on you was because he hated himself. But you didn't know this. As a young girl, you were taught that your value was only as good as what a man saw in you, and your father called you fat and worthless, so surely no one else would consider you different. Eating seemed to encourage his anger at you, so you learned to eat when nobody was watching. And if you couldn't escape an audience, you just didn't eat. The saddest irony was you weren't even really overweight then. Your poor self-image led you to disastrous relationships with men, which resulted in you being single and pregnant at 25 years old. As the sole parent and provider, you worked whatever job had the greatest financial gain. This caused you to miss so much of your beautiful son's life. As an attempt to counter that, you poured all your remaining time and energy into him, neglecting yourself again. Your job was sedentary and very high stress. After about 10 years of this job, you put on more than 100 pounds. You were in constant pain. You were sick from stress. You had terrible sleep. By the time your workday was over, you had nothing left for the people that you loved. You were angry all the time. Your family relationships were strained and broken. You hated looking in the mirror and even trained yourself to not look up when washing your hands. You didn't allow anyone to take pictures of you. You only took well-angled selfies to hide whatever you could. If there was a forced group photo, you hid in the back. You hate things that you used to love: shopping, doing your hair, doing your makeup. Anything that points to your appearance makes you sad. You give up piece after piece of yourself, thinking that settling for less than what you want is being realistic. You try to choke down the lie that this is just how it is. You will always be overweight, so just eat whatever. You cannot afford to pursue a career that you love. Nobody will ever want to date you. Your life is a mess. In some ways, you are thankful that quarantine made you housebound. It's easier to hide like that. There are less occasions to attend and to worry about what to wear. You are struggling in every way. But then a friend from college reaches out on Facebook. She starts a simple conversation. How are you? After some chatting back and forth, she shares this program with you. You are so desperate, you don't even care what it is. You just say yes and dive right in. You have no idea what you've just done. You will go on to lose 145 pounds in 15 months. But this will not be the most important change. You will learn how to change your mindset to one that focuses on lifelong health. You will learn that your choices do not need to be controlled by stress or other people's expectations. You will meet some of the most amazing people that you have ever met in your life, and you will form deep friendships that you didn't know you were capable of. These people will love you in the middle of your mess and inspire you to do that for yourself and for others. You will be able to leave a job that makes you literally vomit from stress, and you will be able to take on the opportunity to share this gift and change people's lives. You will gain freedom. You will be able to adjust your schedule around what matters most. No more missing special occasions. No more cramming your loved ones into the spaces that you have left. You will gain a new perspective that allows you to mend broken relationships and work toward a better version of yourself each day. You will begin to understand that all pain is temporary and obstacles can be overcome. You will take back your life. Thank you, Charlotte.
Wow. Okay, so many parts of your story I know a lot of us could identify with. Thanks again for being so vulnerable, Sherry. Thank you so much, Jolene, Cassie, Shannon, and Sherry. This was amazing. Truly, this offers you a glimpse of what it looks like to go pro in your health and be the dominant force in your life. So tonight we want to invite you to dream. Really ask yourself, where do you want to be in the next 3 months from now? How about in this time next year? We want to invite you to join us in whatever capacity that looks like to you, whether it's exploring what your personal health program would look like or paying this gift forward to others. Whatever aspect of optimal health you're looking to improve first, body, mind, finances, but really we invite you to explore all of it and experience all of it. Now we want to provide you with something that you can take away with you, take home. This is a free ebook. We want you to stop and schedule a health coach session with the person that invited you, challenge you to clarify what optimal health and well-being looks like for you, and choose to create the life that you desire by adopting the habits of health with us. So get with the person that invited you. They will send you a link to this free ebook. And before we say goodnight tonight, I want you to take a screenshot of this slide. If you can't get to your phone, that's okay. The person will send you the details if you ask. This is an event next week that we're doing 3 days and 3 times held after Christmas with many other inspiring stories like the ones you've heard tonight and information that you can apply to your personal journey. If we appreciate you guys so much for joining us this evening, when we'll see you all next week at the next event, have a wonderful night and a Merry Christmas.